So hi everybody. In today's video I wanted to share with you a great recipe for chewy oatmeal cookies, and I will definitely leave the recipe in the description box. That recipe is so good, and it's one that my family always enjoys. So anyway, let's get to it, and I'll share the recipe with you. So let's go ahead and get these cookies going. The first thing we want to do in our mixer is we want to cream 1 stick of unsalted butter. You know I'm going to keep my butter wrappers too. And then 1/2 cup of shortening. I know that's a lot, but these cookies are delicious too, so it'll be worth it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Okay, and then to that we're going to take 1 cup of brown sugar, and I make my own brown sugar, and 1 cup of granulated white sugar, and we're going to pour that in also. Now we want to go ahead, and this we want to cream. Remember, when you start, you want to start on low or you'll have a mess. So we're just going to let all of this cream real well, and then once we cream that, then we'll go ahead and we'll start with our next step. Okay, now that we have that creamed, we want to add 2 eggs, 1 at a time, so that they can get well incorporated. And then to that, we want to add 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And I went ahead and just added all of those together. And then we'll see that incorporate. And then last, well, not last, next to last, you want to go ahead and you want to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Gotta have vanilla in there. And then we can start adding our flour and oatmeal mixture. You want to have 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and 2 cups of old-fashioned oats. I actually did 3 cups because I like it to be really, really oatmeal-y. Is that a word, oatmeal-y? I like to have a lot of the oatmeal in it. And I just got my little 1/4 scoop here and adding, just incorporating that gradually. These are so good. Now this recipe doesn't call for raisins, but if you like raisins or nuts, of course you could add some at the end. There's no rules, just experiment with it. The other day my son made some, ooh, that's getting a little bit harder, isn't it? That lets us know we're getting towards the end. My son made some chocolate chip cookies, and he added hazelnuts to it, and it was really, really good. Oh, let's see, we're going to give that just a little bit, and just a little bit more. And I think that's about all done. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get all of that off of here. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to freeze our dough for at least 10 minutes. So I'm going to scrape all this off, do that, let this sit in the refrigerator covered. I'm going to cover it, and then we'll get ready to scoop it out. See you in a bit. So my cookie dough has chilled for actually a little over 10 minutes because we ate lunch. and I have my oven preheating at 350 degrees. So now the next thing we're going to do is, I always like to spray a little bit of this coconut oil on my cookie scoop, because it does help the dough to come out a little bit better. So now I'm just going to scoop my dough out, and I'm going to go ahead all the way across and fill this cookie sheet up. But the other thing that I want to do is I just want to take the back and just kind of press it down a little bit. Just, you don't have to smush it all the way down, just a little bit. So I'm going to do this all the way across, and then we'll get these cookies in the oven. Generally 10 to 12 minutes is what it's going to take. You want to kind of gauge that by how your oven does, and you're going to have to watch it because you know how cookies are. What we're looking for is for the ends to be, browned, and you can tell. You know how ovens vary. It just depends on what your oven does, but you generally 10 to 12 minutes is how long it's going to take for your cookies to bake. So I'm going to finish this and get these cookies in, and then we'll look at them when they come out. Okay? So, okay, here's the first batch out. Look at that. These are so good. Of course, I'll have the recipe down in the description, or either at the end of this, probably in the description, so that you can see how I made it, all the instructions. And if you like oatmeal cookies, give these a try. Of course, you could add in raisins, nuts, chocolate, butterscotch. There's various add-ins. Dried cranberries would be good. Just various add-ins that you can use to kind of kick it up several notches. But honestly, first I would try just the basic recipe so that you can get a feel for just how good these are just on their own, and then play with the recipe. But anyway, this is Cammie again, and I'm gonna go finish these. I've got other things I've got to do. Oops, one just went off. And if you like the videos, please give me a like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll get all of my videos. And I appreciate the support of every single one of you. And I just want to say that I just hope you all have a blessed day today, and that only good things come your way. But anyway, I'm gonna go because that bell is ringing. That do-do-do-do-do is going off. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.